Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of Jake'sTake.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. It is episode 165. This is unbelievable, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to all my guests and all the PR people. Thank you so much for trusting my platform to bring you all in. And thank you to all the fabulous guests, and thank you so much to all of our international listeners and watchers of the podcast. I really appreciate all your support for this guest. We have a fabulous guest today. He is a singer and dancer, and he's a Spotify verified artist. Please help me welcome Harrison Barnes.
Woo! Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, Harrison.
I just rooted for myself, so I'm sorry.
No worry, you're supposed to. Everybody else who comes on this podcast is supposed to do that. So before we get our conversation going, guys, please give us a thumbs up if you're watching us on YouTube, a good subscription as well. And also, if you're listening to this on your podcasting platform of choice, please give us a 5-star rating and subscribe to the podcast. Now that we got those sentimental things out of the way, let's get started on our conversation, Harrison.
Yeah.
All right, so Harrison, when did you get interested in music, and how did that passion evolve into desire to pursue a career in the recording industry?
I think I grew up dancing. My mom was a dance instructor, so whenever I was able to walk, she put me in dance classes. So I never really had a choice. I've just always been around music. I've been obviously dancing ever since I can remember. I just grew up around it. And then I feel like whenever I was a teenager and whenever I discovered Britney Spears, that's when I discovered pop music and I discovered music videos and like that whole like world of things. And that really changed the trajectory of what I wanted my life to be, basically, and how I viewed music and what I wanted to do within the entertainment industry.
I gotta say, Britney has created so many incredible music videos. Crazy, Baby One More Time, Oops, I Did It Again, probably one of my all-time favorite ones. Her collaboration with Me Against Music with Madonna.
Yep, you named most of my favorite ones right there.
Absolutely. So, and congratulations to Britney on her baby.
Yeah, just a lot of good things. The past year, it's been a struggle, but we got to a good place with her.
Absolutely. So, in congratulations for Britney, but we're not here about talking about Miss Britney Spears, my friend. We're here to talk about you.
Oh, I could talk about it for the whole hour.
Awesome. So, who are your role models in the entertainment industry, and how do they influence your sound?
I was thinking about this earlier. I don't really think I have like a sound. I kind of just I like all types of music from all over the spectrum. I love pop music, obviously. That's my like bread and butter, and also just because I dance and I am so much about like the full package. I do lean towards pop music and dance music, but I go back and forth where I'm like I really love like singer-songwriter stuff. I love Taylor Swift. I love Brandy Carlisle. Like I love songs that have meaning. I love emotional music. So I don't know if I have a sound because I feel like I go across. I like to write so many different things. I do keep putting out a lot of pop music. If you listen to my first EP though, there is like it'll go from like a dance song to like a kind of guitarish, country-ish rock kind of song into like a singer-songwriter ballad. So I'm all over the place. So I'm inspired by literally everyone. I like I said, I really love sad music. So I'm on the ends of the spectrum. I love anything that gets you dancing and grooving, and then anything that just makes you cry and want to curl up in a ball. Really.
In all honesty, I prefer happy music and EDMs, but I do enjoy the occasional Adele ballads or something like that. Adele ballads.
I'm telling you, I'm all over the place. I go back and forth, but no, I really love to dance, and so there's a lot of things that I like, and then like with my own music, I literally just go whenever I hear something or I write something. It's more about the vibe and how I'm feeling, and that's the direction I go in. It's not like I'm like, this is my sound and I stick with it. So I'm a little bit back and forth with it too.
Awesome. So you have a tie to one of my all-time favorite shows, and a show that is covered a lot on my platform, which is America's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to age myself, but I did remember watching you in junior high school as part of the dance troupe, all that, which was on the inaugural season because it was the first season. So, if you can remember, what were some of your favorite memories with competing with all that on AGT?
So I'm gonna burst your bubble real quick. The group was on the inaugural season. I was on season 7. We were the first group to ever come back and recompete. So they were the runners up on the first season, and I was young at the time. We're probably similar age. But I was dancing at a show in South Carolina with that group at the time while they were doing the TV show in Los Angeles. So I did the show in 2012, a decade ago, which is crazy. And for me, like it was just so exciting. It was the very first time I'd ever been on national TV. Also, the majority of the show we shot in Newark, New Jersey. So we were literally a train away from New York City. And I grew up in a small town in South Carolina, so I've always been obsessed with a bigger city, and I love New York so much. So to get to like have a whole summer where I was literally any downtime I was in the city, just going around, seeing shows, enjoying myself, and it literally was it was so much fun, and it was so exhilarating. It was a very special time for sure.
Awesome. Not to mention, you were part of two big moments from AGT, three actually. AGT moving to the East Coast, Howard Stern joining the show, and in Sharon Osbourne's final season.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know all those things, but yeah, Howard Stern was incredibly nice to us. I really enjoyed meeting him. And then Sharon was kind of like the one that kept like pulling us through when other people would be a little bit more critical. She just loved all the guys dancing, so it went well in our favor.
That's good. There was the question I had was, as you know, a couple seasons ago they did a spin-off America's Got Talent Champions, which featured a lot of major AGT and Got Talent alumni competing again for one big battle. So did either all that or your other group were consider competing on a show on Champions?
I don't know if we were asked. Yeah, I'm not sure we were asked because I'm pretty sure that there would be people in the group who would be down to do it. Um, so we probably weren't invited back. They had 2 chances. It's over. But we've done other TV shows. We were on the first season of World of Dance with Jennifer Lopez as well, and a few other little things. But a little bit more on your topic. I actually am now rehearsing because I'm going to be in the America's Got Talent live show here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Not as my clogging self, but as just a dancer in the show. So yeah, I'm coming back home to AGT after 10 years. It's cool to stepping back on the stage with them.
Is this an Jake's Take exclusive?
I haven't even put it on my social yet for everyone to hear. So this is a Jake's Take exclusive. My parents and you know, and now your listeners.
Don't worry. So I am so thrilled to be the first podcast to do this. So thank you so much for trusting my platform. America's Got Talent always is amazing. I'm very grateful to have the incredible. This has been the past couple of years has been huge covering with me covering the show. I've had the pleasure of welcoming so many incredible acts. So I'm wishing you nothing but the best. And you are going to have such a great time with that show because a lot of my favorite acts visited Jake's Take before on my platform before. So we're going to have a great time.
Nice. You'll have to come out and see it. The show's so good. I cried in it.
It's a great show, and I definitely need to do that. I definitely need that. So we got to talk from leaving America Got Talent world. We got to talk about continue on your journey. So what have been some of the challenges that you faced breaking into the entertainment industry, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
Well, I don't know. I think it's a journey for sure. I feel like a lot of people, whenever you're back home and stuff, you're like, oh God, I'm so talented. I'm the best in my town. And you go, and then you get to I moved to LA after America's Got Talent, obviously, and I was there for a bit. But then you get there and you're like, oh my God, there's so many other talented people who are great in their hometowns who are all here. There's literally just so many people. So the fact that like I've been working as a professional dancer since I was 17 is um way more luck than I've ever probably would have in this life. Um but it's a hard industry. It really is. And the hard part is keeping yourself motivated to keep going, because you'll go to auditions and you're like, oh, I killed that, and then you still don't get it because there's so many other factors that go into casting anything. And that happens so many times, like the America's Got Talent live show. Just now I auditioned for it 3 times until I finally got it. So it's like, it's perseverance. Like it's hard. It's hard to kind of keep yourself motivated and the will to kind of keep going. So yeah, that's probably been the biggest obstacle. Now that I'm doing music and doing that, there's also times where I'm like, it's just a lot. There's so much work that goes into every little aspect of everything, and I put so much attention to detail and everything, and so it's really tiring. And then after, like, I'll finish a video or I put out a song or a project, and I'm tired, and I go, okay, I'm cool. And then I get another idea, and then I get fired up, and I get want to go again. But yeah, it's perseverance. It's a marathon.
Absolutely, especially like I was in the same position as well because I did 4 years in New York City,
Oh yeah.
including pandemic, and it's very tough to break into the journalism field there. And I'm like grateful for my shot. And unfortunately, like some things didn't work out, but like the thing is, like I'm no matter what happens, you're chasing that dream, you're chasing everything.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, even like out of the entertainment industry, I mean, everyone is in the same kind of thing. Like, no matter what your field is, there's always other people going for your spot, and it's just hard work, and we all go through it in our own little ways.
Awesome, awesome. So I think that's some of your songs, and I would love to learn the story behind some of them.
Let's talk about them.
All right. So first of all, thank you very much for trusting jakes-take.com and my brand for debuting fashion.
Thank you so much for debuting it. That really meant a lot to me. It's one of my favorite songs, so to get a platform for it was really exciting.
You're so welcome. I'm so grateful that you did. So what inspired that song?
So the song is about the complete opposite of the title. It's not about fashion. I wrote this song a while ago. I think when I was still living in LA, I kind of came up with the concept just because when I was in LA, I was like, wow, everyone's so superficial. It's everything here is so fake. And then I moved from LA and I was just like, wow, the whole world is kind of on this whole like bandwagon. Like, we're also caught up in social media and caught up in how things look and what people think of us, and making sure people see that we're in like cool clothing or drive a nice car or we're out with fun people. I know people who stayed in relationships because the other person has money and it's like they can live a comfortable life. And the whole song is basically just all these material things. At the end of the day, you're not going to be happy from them, and that's not what we should be striving for. And it's yeah, so it's basically about I'd rather people be good people and care more about what you're how you are how you are yourself versus what you're wearing. I don't care about that. I care about who you are. My biggest turnoff is ego. So that's basically the concept of the song. One of my favorite lines in it is well, at least you look happy. Uh yeah, but imagine if you really were. Sorry, that was the full line. I was like, oh no, I got caught up. At least you look happy,
Don't
but
worry.
imagine if you really were. Yeah.
I gotta say, I rather like the thing is, I like Los Angeles, but however, I chose New York because of family, friends, more opportunities, and not to mention the honesty.
Yeah, for sure. It yeah, and like I said, I think it's sweeping the world really. Like social media has really kind of changed the game for everyone. But we need to get back to being good people.
100%, 100%. So, alrighty, let's talk about Call My Name. It's as of this recording, it's your most streamed song on Spotify with 20,000 listeners.
Yeah. Um that's actually one of my favorite songs that I have. Like if I was gonna like put like my what I think are my best songs, that would probably be towards the top. I hadn't listened to it in so long, and the other day it came on in my car, and I was like, "Oh, this sounds good." Um, the song oh, you're gonna put me on the spot. All, like, the sexy songs are always so awkward to talk about. Um, basically, whenever the song is about, like, an ex coming back and trying to get back with you, and they are running their mouth, and then you're just like, "Well, you better be able to back it up." Um, that's the clean version of the explanation. The song's not, like, super dirty. It probably is, like, my most, like, advert sexual song, but, I just think it's good. I think it's got a really fun, like, summer vibe, and it's, so go listen to it now because it's perfect for this weather, but, no, it's fun. It's got a good hook, and I was really proud of that song. I recorded it really fast because as soon as I wrote it, I was like, I could tell this one was really good, and apparently people agree.
It is, it is. All right, so TLC. Now, this is not about the great R&B group, R&B
No.
hip hop group.
But the cover art for it was inspired by the Crazy Sexy Cool cover, which was one of my first CDs I ever owned, to age myself again. Yeah, TLC, I actually wrote it. I came up with the hook of it, the tender love and care scene, and I was like, wow, that's a really good country song hook. So in my head, I was like, I have a friend that does country music. I was like, I'm gonna write a country song and like present it to him, and maybe he'll put it out. And that was it. But as I was writing it, like it just wasn't working. I'm not a country artist. I don't know. It all felt kind of fake. Even though I'm from South Carolina, it didn't feel natural to me. So I just kind of had it written in my phone, and then whenever we came into the instrumental, I heard this track, and I just whenever am writing songs over a track, I kind of just like freestyle whatever comes to me, and I spit out the tender love and kerosene, and it just kind of fit, and it sounded good. So I kind of just reworked the whole song to be this sexy dance song, just about wanting a little bit more heat in your relationship, and it came out so cool, and it's so different from anything else that I have in my catalog, and yeah, I was super excited to whenever we did this, I was like, "This is the first song I'm putting out, from this new project that I'm releasing." I have a new EP coming out May 13th called Paradise, and yeah, TLC is the first single from it, and it's got a really dope music video, so go watch it.
Awesome, glad to hear it. So let's talk about Play Me. It's 15,000. It's 15,000 on Spotify, 15,000 streams. And when I was listening to it, it reminded me. It's like, where is this on the top 40 list? Where is this on the top 40 streaming list?
I
This would be
know.
perfect fits.
When so Play Me was the very first song I ever put out, back in April of 2020. Also, when this song came out so I someone told me when I was younger that I couldn't sing, and they laughed at me, and so, I I I'm a very sensitive, emotional person my entire life, so in that case, I kinda, like, buried it down, and I never sang in front of people because I didn't wanna be embarrassed or humiliated, so, I never sang in front of anybody. When this song came out, that was the first time anyone had ever heard me sing. I, no one knew that I wrote music, nothing. So it was a very scary thing, but it was for I woke up one day and I had been writing so much music over my entire life, and I went, you know, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. This is such a bucket list thing for me. I want to put out a song and a video. And that's what Play Me was. Whenever I had this song and I was like, "This is a really good song. I think it's a great pop song." I was like, "If a bigger artist put this out, I think this would be huge." Um, so I did this song for myself, and I put out a made a whole video, which is Britney inspired. Um, and yeah, it really just got such good feedback that it kinda kicked me into high gear of going, "I'm just gonna keep going and just kinda see what happens and enjoy myself." But this song is so I think it's I don't know, I agree with you. I think it's a really could be a big song. I think it's, so catchy. I think it's got a really good hook, and I love it so much. That's it. I feel like I'm rambling.
You're not rambling. And to the person that said that you're not good at singer, shame on them. And look at you now. You're performing in Las Vegas. That's
Yeah.
nobody can say that in our generation is that they're performing in Las Vegas. I mean, you're having streams. You're getting your music's getting streamed on Spotify. So I'm not sure who that person said, but they obviously don't have any streams on Spotify.
Exactly. No, I I'm getting more confident. I mean, obviously, I've been doing it for 2 years now. I have 15 songs out. I'm definitely a lot more confident than I was 2 years ago. When this song was coming out, the day the video was dropping, I was having such a huge panic attack because it was the first time anyone had ever heard me, and I was like, oh no, this is the wrong song. This is terrible. I'm gonna get picked. I was an adult thinking I'm gonna get bullied, but yeah, no, it's been a really great journey, and this song really kicked everything off for me. So it's my baby. I love this song so much.
Awesome. I'm glad that it's a great song. I just hope it gets picked up because I could definitely
Yeah.
see Elvis Duran or somebody like that. Come on, Elvis Duran. Come on, Bobby
Where you
Bones.
at?
Please. Alrighty. So, oops, I kissed your boyfriend.
I so this song came out as kind of like a promo single, just like the fill in time, because as an independent artist, you just kind of have to keep putting out content. Um, and I've been asked about it so much lately, which is funny just because it didn't get a lot of attention when it came out. But this song I actually wrote when I was 21 or 22, right after the first time I got cheated on. And when I found out, I was like, gosh, I wish there was a more fun way for someone to tell you that they cheated on you, as in like a song and dance number. So I wrote this song at that time, and throughout the past few years, not past few years, but like the past time since I wrote it, I've kind of just kept filling in like lines and stuff. And I've been cheated on multiple times throughout my life. So every time that it would happen, I kept singing the song. So it's always been in my brain. So last year we ended up, creating the track for it and putting it out. And it's not as supposed to be taken seriously. It's very tongue in cheek. I wanted the instrumentation is like very like Ashley Simpson, like early 2000s, like rock song, but then the lyrics are just so ridiculous. And I just think it's a really fun song.
Awesome. It sounds like when you explain, it's like pieces of me meet something else.
Yeah, yeah. Ashley Simpson was the blueprint for this one. So thanks, girl.
God, where'd she? God, it's been a long time since I've heard Ashley's name. I know she has a family and everything, but come on,
She's just sitting
redeem
back counting those
yourself.
pieces of her.
Yeah, let's hope she can go down the Masked Singer and then hopefully redeem herself.
Oh, I could see her doing that one day.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk about your future. Like, do you have any dream collaborators, any singers, any songwriters, any producers, any musicians that you think, okay, how can it enhance my sound?
I mean, this is gonna be cliche because I'm like going for like the number one producer like in the world, but because like Max Martin, he's done like all of Britney songs, he's done all the huge pop songs, and of course, it's all the songs that I love. So I'm always like, ooh, what could he do with me? There's a singer, she's a little bit lower. Her name's Banks. I don't know if you know Banks, but if you don't, you should check her out. She's incredible. She's such a beautiful singer songwriter. But she just put out a new album and she produced a majority of it herself. And she just does so many like cool vocal layerings and effects. And she's someone I would love to work with. She puts so much focus on the songwriting and the emotion that I just think it's such a I think she's really special, and I think she deserves a lot more attention than what she gets for sure. Her new
I will
album's really good,
definitely,
by the way.
I will definitely check out Bangs. But however, Max Martin has been one of my dream guests to have. If I'm stuck on a desert island, I can have a computer or phone with three songs written by people. It would be probably our non-singer songwriters. It would probably be Max Martin,
Yep.
Diane Warren, and Desmond Child. And I interviewed Desmond, so I have
Oh, nice.
one out of the three.
Yeah, I mean, all the people you said literally have so many huge songs. If you could just have their catalog, you would never run out of music.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it would be a dream to talk with Max Martin because of
Yeah,
all
I want to hear all the
that.
stories.
Seriously, Backstreet Boys, Britney, Celine, NSYNC, Pink, Taylor, The Weeknd. Now he caught fire with The Weeknd and with Ariana.
Yeah, basically, all the music our entire life is Max Martin.
And I cannot forget Bon Jovi's "It's My Life." It's one of my all-time favorite songs.
That's one of mine too.
All right, so what are some of your favorite social media platforms?
My biggest probably Instagram. It used to be Instagram. Again, I feel like it's becoming a little bit more commercialized. It's so much about shopping and everything. But I mean, that's probably the one I'm on the most. I've been trying to because they tell me I need to be. I've been trying to get into TikTok, but I feel like it's been going on for so long. Everyone's so ahead of the ball game that I literally look like a, a grandpa, like trying to figure out like a cell phone. Um, so
That
that's
would
how
be
I
me. So,
feel. Yeah, like the things people do on it are so crazy, but it's like I don't get it.
and I have way too much time. I don't have that much time in my hands. I gotta get stuff done.
Yeah. Also, like I grew up whenever I was growing up, my parents gave me a video camera, so, like, I would make music videos or I make little skits and stuff, and I'm like, I did the original TikTok, so I don't know. They should have kept up with me. Or if it was
Hmm.
around then I would be a famous TikToker, but, timing didn't work out for me.
Awesome. Same here. Same here. So, all right, we got to start winding down our conversation. So, if you had a chance to meet with people who are interested in in going into the recording industry or want to audition for dancing, performing in professional state on professional stages as dancers, what advice would you share with that?
Um, what I'd say? I think the main thing I think of going into really anything is you have to love it, and you have to do it for yourself. It's again, nowadays, everyone's so like, "Oh, I need to be famous just so I have money and this stuff." But, like, again, that's an empty thing. But, like, if you love dancing, like, if it just fills you up, like, yeah, you might have to have like what we're doing right now, you might have to have another job and then be able to do your passions or anything like that. But it's you it needs to be something that is for you because at the end of the day, there's a really good chance it's not going to it could not happen. So, if you're going after money or if you're going after fame, that's a really long shot, but if you just dance because you love to dance, if you sing because you love to sing, then you're gonna have a happy life and you're gonna be fulfilled in yourself. So I'd say that.
100%, 100%. So, final question. Are you ready?
Let's do it. What is it?
All right. So, where can my audience download your music or listen to your music and connect with you on social media?
My music is on everything. Spotify, Apple, Deezer. I don't know what Deezer is, but it's on there. Yeah, you can literally find me anywhere. If you search Harrison Barnes Music on any social media, that's all on my socials, YouTube, Insta, TikTok, even though I'm hardly on there. Um, but yeah, you can find me there. I just dropped a music video for the song Fashion out today. So go check that out. And I have so many music videos on YouTube. I have about 10, I think, that I've done in the past 2 years. We work a lot. And yeah, I have a new EP dropping on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms on May 13th entitled Paradise. And it's so good. I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Awesome. So, guys, if you missed an episode of the Jake Stick with Jacob Elyachar podcast, visit our channels on Apple Podcasts, Deezer, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Spotify, and Spreaker. Jake Stick with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. And Harrison, starting in August, JakeStashik.com is entering its 11th year.
That's a crazy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Harrison. And
Yeah.
guys, you can listen to Find Fashion on JakeStashik.com. Once again, JakeStashik.com. Now, guys, if you're financially able to, please consider heading to my PayPal page to help keep JakeStashik.com and my platform up and running. I'm a one man band. I do a lot of the work, and it'd be great if you're financially able to help support my journey. If not, I totally understand. But a good, strong alternative is always following me on social media and subscribing liking my YouTube channel, and also, not to mention, subscribing to the podcast. Harrison, thank you so much for being the 165th episode guest.
Yay. I feel honored. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. I'm so excited for you with your endeavors, especially with AGT Live and with your EP. So I'm wishing you all the best. And guys, thank you so much for taking time in your schedules to listen to this conversation and for watching. Until next time, have a great one, everybody. Have a great day,
Bye.
guys. Bye.